Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black channel here at Ticker Talker, and we've got living in exhaustion risk. And what do I mean by that? Let's take a look here. If we go to SPY, here we go, and you can see SPY just sitting up here doing nothing. And you see this in the lower left. The inside 60 was inside of this thing, pokes down a little bit. All right, these two are stuck in the opening hour, right? So we'll be positive slightly is that it took slight low out but couldn't do anything. So here we want to see if the price discovery starts over again and goes rev straight here. Inside one, two down, and then two back up to become an outside bar of that, and hopefully a little bit more. That would be over 416.84, but in general, doing nothing. And so exhaustion risk means anytime you're going into the highs, you want to be coming back through a previous range, like here in the daily, and you'll see this. Boom, because you're going to be stopping guys out. That's all you want to come back through. Otherwise, you get the drifting death march like we've got here, and that's still what's going on. So when we look at the monthly, you're going to see this. We haven't had a month that went two down since last March. This is what we've been living with, exhaustion risk. So we did have this outside month here. Right, that was a little action. Then the outside inside 312. But ever since then, two up, two up, two up, two up, two up. And so then you just get this drifting type of market, and then you got to go down there and hunt some stuff down. If you go to QQQ here, drifting into the highs here. And we got a little bit more action, remember, last month, right, when we took all these guys out, and that was fun, right? Remember this stuff? This week's in here, right? That was fun. But now into the highs once again and just kind of drifting. If we go to the Dow Jones Diamonds here, and you can see they took that 60 down slightly, just living on these things up into here. So once again, you can see like this Dow Jones had that, but that was it. Otherwise, like at SPY, nothing since last March on the downside. So a little boring. Small cappers, we know we're going inside here on the month almost for sure, and you can see these 3 weeks are all stuck into here. All right, so not doing much over there. So one of the things that we watch is the gap list that I tweet out, and I tell people that we like to watch 30 and 60 minute gaps. Right, and what that means is if you go to say TGTX, okay, and you're going to see this on the 30 minute here, so it gaps up into here, right, and then on the 30 minute, see this? That's a two up and that's a two down right there. You nail that thing right there as soon as it hits. And then it comes down here and you can see it goes inside on the 30 again. Now we're going to finish the job by closing the gap so you can hit it there. You add on this. You protect below this and make sure it stays out of here once it gets down there, right? And then if you follow it all the way down, you take out the entire range in here, this range. And so that's something you'd want to know because then you become an outside bar. And then you go down to the 15er, and you're going to see this. Boom. Inside 15 back up. You can cover, maybe make a little bit on the long side with their money. On a day like today, also, a lot of things just stick out because a lot of things are just doing absolute nothing. So you go NVAX. NVAX here. You can see these 2 weeks up here in the middle. We're an inside bar 2 week if that was a 2 week chart. So it's breaking through those guys. These three are still inside of this, which is giving you that inside month, something we want to be aware about. But, you know, the longer term that the chart is, you can still trade an inside bar because it's a monthly, right? So there's going to be enough movement in there. You remember how we like this on the month, looking just like that TGTX on the 30? Boom. Last month was great on the downside. Now you get a new month and back up. And one of the things you look for on the daily here, upper left, take out the previous high, take out the previous low. Boom, right here. As soon as it takes this out above 207.23, there's a nice 13 bucker because we know these two will then become an outside bar of that. We'll see if that sets up again for you. You've also got Moderna. And Moderna, we've known about this because of this monthly right here. See this? Take out the previous high, take out the previous low. Boom, 2-2 reversal here over 157.77. Trade 170.51, and you still got plenty of month left. So we'll see if that sets up again for you too. And you can see that here on the 15er. Inside pokes up, then down, stop them out. And right here, these two become the outside bar of all this. You see, and off she goes. So we'll see what more comes of that. If you go to CLOV, the CLOV, And the clav here on the weekly, you can see it poke down here just a little bit, all right? And so once it does that, so I think took that low out, right? 712 and 711 by 1 cent. And once this thing starts going green through here, there's going to be an outside week, right? What you got? How's any nice 30s in here? A little fast. A little quick on that 30. We'll see if that sets up. But once again, you can see this on the daily back through previous range, right? That's what you want. People are going to be stopping against here, 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 and here. Boom! Off they go. Clav's still going. Now, if it comes up here, we might get a little more extra steam on this thing on the monthly through here. 1082. Then you got a 2-2 month back to the upside. You'll notice this big broadening of formation on the month. If we go to RFP, one of the things we like, bright green monthers, bright green weekers. Now these are going into the highs, so that's got the exhaustion risk, and we'll see if that sets up again. It's been a little quick here on that thing too. If we go to BNTX, here on the monthly, goes inside, pokes up a little bit, right? Then goes rev strat 1, 2, 2, but not weak enough to take this out. So when it comes back up here on this hammer month, this is a 2, 2, 2, and boom, stop all these guys out. These guys become an outside bar of this, you see? So we'll see if that sets up again at 30 here. Once you have an inside bar and it pokes down and then goes back green, you're looking to become an outside bar right here. Boom, off she goes. If we go to Workhorse, and Workhorse does its job, just kind of stalls out. You can see not doing too much on the month, slight lower low and back in red, and on the week just back to a doji. Just stopping all these guys out is pretty much what it did. So you can see here on the daily what we look for: the inside bar, then you had the clean break, right? But then you come in today, boom, that's rev strat right here, 1, 2, 2 here over 1262. Took a bunch of these pivot guys out, wasn't strong enough for this. We'll see if that sets up again as the day goes on. If we go to Amazon, in Amazon, slight inside day to the upside. Not really doing much, but we're still watching this on the monthly basis to finish the job. And what I mean about that, you have an outside bar month, you took out the lows, 2-2 reversal back into an old 3, so we're still looking to take this out by the end of the month. The highs of 34, 34, Walter Payton. If we go to YI, and YI was on the gapper. Listen, here's what you look for on that 30, right here. 2 up here. You can take this on a short to see if it's going to fill it up, but when it comes back, you get out, right? But this is a 2-2 reversal, 2 down, 2 up, and you take it right here, and boom, off she goes. These guys become an outside bar of this, you see? So we'll see if that sets up again. I don't know, Tesla heating up here a little bit. It was doing nothing, but something stirring in a little Tesla land. See that taking out yesterday's highs is what we'd be looking for here, above 743.69. Just did it. Now it's a 2 day to the upside. We'll see if there's anything wakes up over there. If we go to CTSH, and CTSH, one of the things we look for, because we know we can use it for the rest of the month, is this: the inside month to the upside. 2 down, inside, reversal back up. Good for the rest of the month. Over 79.33 is CTSH. If we go to VMW, now mellowing out on the 30. You can see it goes rev strat 30 down. Here we'll see if that sets up a buy again. Inside, pokes up, and then boom, stops these guys out. The reason we like this is this inside weak to the upside. It's also been a lot higher back here, right? If we go to Run, and Run, once again, the thing we look for, the outside bar, the 2 down, and then boom. As soon as it took this out, we're looking to become an outside bar of this right here, which it did. And that sets up for next week. You can see how they stopped a bunch of these guys out in here, right? Now it comes hammering back up, so this could be good for next week. Run, we can watch that take out this high next week. If we go to Ali, and Ali here, you can see on the monthly was an inside month, poked down, Doesn't have a lot of magnitude because this is the rev strat here to take these guys out. But having a nice day here, and so we'll see if that sets up again for us here. If we go to CTXS. CTXS, not really gunning here, but what we look for, that inside bar, pokes down, boom, there's your rev strat going into the highs. If we go to some downside, we had some heaviness in some of the banks here. BK getting hit. You see back through previous range on the week, changing that month to red. And then here you can see the inside 30 right here. We call that the Momo shooter, and boom, into the low she goes. If you go to STT, and STT having a rough one here too, and you'd see they got them good here. If you go back to your 15er, whoo boy, they chopped them up, but good in here on the opening, and now just melting into oblivion. You're red on the month, you're coming back to previous range on the week, and just took all these guys out in one shot on the daily. We'll see if there's anything more that bleeds out of that. If you go to Morgan Stanley, and Morgan Stanley just trying to take that 15 down, probably a 30. You can see here the inside day. It pokes up a little bit, but as soon as this goes red, we're looking to become an outside day, right? Because we know outside bars exist, and if that works, outside week, right? The outside week would be taken out below 77.51, and if that works, then you could be going looking at this, the month 76. If you can get below that, then you'd have some problems. How's Goldman Sachs looking? Much better. You can see that's a little different there. Still an inside day to the upside. Another thing we're watching that couldn't really get the follow through here either was the energies. And energies XLE, slight downside on the inside day. OIH here, slightly inside day. Just can't get these things going because we know that we're challenged on these monthlies and these things. A lot of these things are close to taking those months out, like Conoco here. Flirting with that 2 down month, inside day to the downside, just can't really get them cranking here, but we'll see as the day goes on. EOG, TSLA going to highs. EOG inside day to the downside, and still nowhere near the month. That's a good thing for EOG. If you go to SM, another inside day to the downside, trying to take that week out. Still good on the month, still inside, so that's okay over there. If you go to Halliburton, you can see this slight inside day down. Could use these monthers to the downside and slob. Slob going after that month, inside day and down, just not really totally falling apart. If we go to Pinterest having a rough one, inside day and boom, gives you the outside week, right, back into the monthly range. But like a lot of things here, a lot of action and then a lot of nothing, sitting in this mother bar stuff. If we go to Splunk, and Splunk inside day gapper back through previous range. You can see they took out all this stuff. The question is going to be weak enough for all here. Now you got your outside week, right, to come into next week to see if you can take out that month. Still an inside month for Splunk. We'll see if that sets up as well. If you go to edit just pounded. So now that was pretty fast, but you got this week here to the downside. You took out last month's lows. So we'll see if that sets up. Been a little quick. Just kind of just drifting into oblivion, so we'll see. Let's see here. All right. Let's go with VCYT. Just a couple things. Got to go down the food chain on days like today. Just looking for those inside days that are taking that out. 2 up, 2 down week. That's good. Red on all time frames. You can see if that keeps going. MGNI. Here, also taking out the week down into here, see if we can go after that month. And last but not least, SQ. And there's a little bit of conflict, so we would have preferred SQ to the upside. You can see the inside day here to the downside. And so what that tells me is it's countering this monthly break. 2 up, 2 down, right, 2 up. So we'd like to re-break this. 258.48 on the upside, and the way we could do that is you come in Monday morning, if you could rev strat this inside then down then take out today's high on Monday is what I'd be looking for. So it's a little lackluster out there. Got to go down the food chain a bit here. Not a lot of volatility, so we got to hunt it down. So I hope everybody had a great week and has an even better weekend. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith the Black Channel here at TGTX with the Strat Time Report.